Here's Prescott. Just throws it deep as far as his arm can take him. He caught it! Micah Parsons on the move. Micah Parsons is in! Welcome to the big show, Tony Pollard. Oh, going deep. It is intercepted.
But I'm not going to say a word, but I will say one thing right now.
Prescott, touchdown. Good protection, and the pass wide open. Touchdown, Lamb.
Hey everybody, how's it going? It's Space Cowboy here. Welcome back to the channel and the kickoff to Season 9 of me covering the Dallas Cowboys. It has been 9 seasons that I've been covering this team. I just can't wrap my head around that. And it's just been a fun journey, to say the least. So I thank everybody for the love and support they've shown over the years. And we're doing the start to this season with the position evaluation series that I started a couple years ago. And for those that are new and don't understand it, we go through every single position group for the Cowboys. We talk about how I feel about certain players. And I give a letter grade for how I feel that position is, at the moment until we enter training camp. And then we have our discussions there. If that's something you like, hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and hit the notification bell. We're getting very close to 12,000 subscribers, so if you guys could please, we're about 26 away. If you're new, subscribe. Thank you guys so much. So, we got to start off with the quarterbacks, and we all know who's QB1 for 2023. It's Dak Prescott, and of course, he's a very contentious individual, as is any Cowboys quarterback, and if I'm being truthful with you guys, I have no concerns as of the moment with Dak Prescott, given with what we're hearing, with what's been going on. But there are some things that we have to talk about. We got to be honest as possible, right? So Dak Prescott has not played the entire season fully healthy since 2019. You look at 2020, the catastrophic injury, 2021, the calf, 2022, the thumb. And so he is 30 years old, right? And he is going to be getting older from this point forward. And we know with experience that as quarterbacks age, it's harder to come back from those injuries and heal as fast. But Dak Prescott is one tough SOB, that's for sure. So that's something to note, because they haven't given him a contract extension yet, but it's really one of those things where the Cowboys are really tied at the hip with Dak Prescott. I'm going to get on that in just a moment. Another thing is this interception thing that people keep talking about. Dak Prescott having 15 interceptions, a career high last season, and he only played 12 games. Now, the thing is it's not like a situation to where Dak Prescott was not, producing and he was making these mistakes. If you go back and look, ever since he returned from the injury, he threw a touchdown pass in every single game. And more importantly, he was very productive for what he was asked to do. And then there's the contentious subject of how the interceptions happen. I already talked about it, and people can agree to disagree. Based off of what I have seen and what others have seen, it was really something to where the receivers weren't catching the ball, these option routes weren't helping. And sometimes Dak Prescott made mistakes, and listen, he's not perfect, but what I will say is all eyes are on him and Mike McCarthy having a nice pairing and getting this thing going, because Mike McCarthy's going to be the play caller. You got a new QB coach in Scott Tolzien, and I'm just going to be completely honest with you guys, you have to look at the situation for what it is, and look, Dak has to show that he can still be that guy, and I think he will. I think it's just more so, I want no excuses to exist, if anyone that knows me. I want to be in a situation where you're giving him the weapons, which you've tried to do that at this point, finally, right? And on top of that, you get rid of that Jason Garrett, in his ear type of philosophy. And also, you get rid of that friendship type of relationship with Kellen. And listen, I'm not trying to say Kellen's a bad dude. I'm not trying to say that that's a problem to have friends in the the workspace, but it really felt like Dak wasn't getting the best coaching that he should have. Just my 2 cents. To me, I think Dak Prescott is a top 10 quarterback in this league, and he's a franchise guy, and this is the thing, is that the Cowboys have yet to give him an extension, and this is important because as we enter the 2023 season, if Dak Prescott has a really good year, you're going to have to give him an extension because you're not going to be able to sign any of your guys without Dak Prescott getting that extension. He's going to get a $54 million cap, and I know it's a lot of talk about Dak here, but he's the main dude. And I think that for me, Dak's a guy that can get you 30-plus touchdowns. He is a productive player. He's the leader of the team, or one of the leaders of the team. That's all you're asking for. He's good enough to get the job done. The question is can he do it, and can he, play all these games? Or if he does get hurt when he comes back, there's not this issue with the injury, impacting him, or just these interceptions causing issues. So again, I think it's a aberration last year, and I think we're going to see things different with, more stuff in the room, offensive line, trying to improve that, all this other crap. So there's that. Guy behind him, Cooper Rush. Now, Cooper Rush is an interesting individual to say the least, because we saw last year Cooper Rush was able to hold it down. The Cowboys ran a lot of 12 personnel, and they were able to really get stuff done, primarily because their defense, was able to step up in a way that we have not seen in years, if you're a Cowboys fan. But here's the thing that concerns me, is that, as I've said in previous videos, I like Cooper Rush. I think that he is able to man the offense when we request him to. But what scares me, though, is that the Cowboys require a damn good defensive performance in order to make sure they don't screw themselves over. And that's what I'm worried about. I think the whole, Cooper Rush should start, that's bullshit. Let's just call it what it is, right? But what I will say, though, with Cooper Rush is that I have confidence now that, hey, we're not in a situation where we're going to lose every single freaking game. We've got to talk about draft and all this other stuff. I think that he can, hold it down. As long as the defense does their job, this Cowboys team should be able to win games if Dak Prescott's gone. Unless he's gone for the whole season, then you're screwed. But that's the job of the backup. Hold it down until the starter gets back, and that's something that I love about what Mike McCarthy's doing. I think that him having this relationship with the quarterbacks, very imperative. So there's that. And finally, you got a guy in Will Grier, and, I understand that it's pretty established. It's Dak 1, Cooper Rush 2, and then you just kind of fill in until things, transpire in the preseason. You're probably going to have practice squad guys come in. I think that Will Grier, I said it last year, I think that while Will Grier is a more talented individual than Cooper Rush just is able to run the offense better than Will Grier. That's just what it is, and I'm going to put myself on the spot. I did say I wanted Will Grier to be the backup to Dak Prescott last season, and Cooper Rush, surprisingly with how Cooper Rush played in the preseason, they still gave him the green light, and he was able to do his thing. So Cooper Rush, he got his little extension, and he's here, and I'm just happy that the Cowboys now have a situation where, look, I think you can improve with Cooper Rush versus other guys out there. I did make a video talking about, you got a guy like Carson Wentz out there who I think is, again, a more talented guy. But I think unless you don't see it with these other dudes, just keep it with Cooper Rush. But I think that if it were me, I think that the Cowboys have a quarterback ranking of an A. Primarily because you have Dak Prescott, you got a top 10 guy. People, you're just lying, Space Cowboy. I don't really care. Dak Prescott's a top 10 dude. Wherever you want to, or I prefer tier list. He's a franchise dude. You have a competent backup in Cooper Rush that can at least get the job done. He isn't going to be a world beater, but unless he completely wets the bed, then that's one thing. But you have a good QB room. This is what we've been looking for. So I'm excited that the Cowboys have that. And unless things change, that's where the stock's going to stand. What do you guys think? Do you think I'm wrong? Do you think, it's this because Dak's this? Listen, you can put all your opinions down there. But with that being said, if you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like. Subscribe if you're new. Hit that notification bell as well. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Have a good one, guys. Goodbye.